Back Row Ministry coming at you one more time, and just wanted to touch on the checkerboard boys at their finest, Trump and Putin meeting in Alaska. And I want to just bring something to mind when I talk about things that have been playing out years prior to. Remember, we're in World War III. We talked about I Pet Goat 2, Russian boots on American soil, and you see Russian boots stepping into Alaska. And the funny thing about Alaska is, remember, we had a ritual. I think I did a video about a ritual that took place on the Masked Singer. And we talked about the bear, the Russian bear, and we went back to. It was something that brought me back to Sarah Palin, because if you remember, Sarah Palin, the joke, remember, she's from Alaska when she was running as vice president, and she would say she could see Russia from her backyard. And here we are, 2025, and Russia is in her backyard with Putin boots on ground in Alaska. And you know why Alaska? If you watch Fallout, funny thing about Fallout is they talk about how during the Great War they battled over the oil and the pipeline in Alaska because a lot of oil still flows there. So we talk about the last days of oil. Will that be one of the major battlefronts, Alaska? But it's funny how Palin talked about I can see Russia from my backyard, and now Russia is literally in her backyard because boots are on ground in Alaska. We see Russia in Alaska. So best believe inside of this war, we will be fighting to keep Russia out of Alaska. That's going to come somewhere inside of this actual fighting part of World War III. But we see the two primary checkerboard buddies here playing their little game, acting like they're enemies, acting as though they give a damn about peace in Ukraine when they don't. They're going to eradicate Ukraine. Not going to be much left. But we see the little game that they play. So you just have to be very mindful of what's going on with some of the checkerboard boys. We knew that Putin was getting ready for his major part in the game prior to the Ukraine war. All eyes was on Putin, pretty much getting him ready for his major part. Now we see him and Trump meeting in Alaska with Russian boots on ground in Alaska, which could be the theme in World War III as far as for the actual fighting part of World War III. So just want to kind of touch on that one with the Sarah Palin piece with I could see Russia from my backyard and people laughing at her. But the reality was she was already talking prophecy. And that's all this was about. We talked about prophecy and how they run the game of prophecy. And one thing, let me see. This is my calendar's up. I'm in my gematria calculator. So remember, Alaska's 9, Alaska 45. Anytime we deal with 9, we talk about 0 to 9. That's another one of those numbers for completion. 45. Remember, Trump was 45 and 47. We talk about Putin. Putin 26 and 28. Putin has the God number. So he's both 26 and 28. Today is the 15th, I think. It's 8:15 is today. Just to see if 8:15 is a prime. We'll just mess around and see if it's a prime. All right, so 8:15 is not prime. We talk about Trump being 25 and 29. Trump holds the number of death. Trump 47. Trump 88. Russia, of course, 24 and 48. So those are the numbers that we're looking at. Also 87. But, just funny about this whole Alaska piece and how Alaska was 45. And let's look at a few more. I'm going to put up the standard cipher. Satanic cipher, standard cipher. back to what I had. All right, so for standard cipher, no big change. It's 153, which is the 17th triangle number, the kill code. And when we talk about WW3, is 37 and 35. So we see a 12. 37 is the 12th prime number. Remember that, 35. So just some hold up, and we're missing a W, so that's not right. So W, W, 1. So WW3 is 37, 35 numbers that we definitely want to look at moving forward as we do this. If we look at your tools and date, and we talk about date symbolism. All right, so today is 8/15. So it's a day with 68 numerology, 32 numerology, 23 numerology, 48 numerology, and 21 numerology. See that 227, which is the 49th prime number. 227 is 49. So just paying attention to this ritual. We're going to look at all those numbers, things that we see in the ritual. I see the Masonic handshake. If you know your handshakes, you know the grip of the lion when you see it. But just things to think about when, as we move forward with Putin's role in World War III, Trump's role in World War III, and the little game that they're playing now, acting as though they just hate each other, a bunch of malarkey. They're checkerboard brothers to the 25th power. Mr. Mockley, Back Row Ministry, peace and hair grease.